And then one day, he just lost it, and he beat me to a pulp. And I remember calling the cops and then hanging up from out of fear.
Luke.
Luke.
You've been with Luke 4 months.
Mm-hmm.
Have you had any, I guess, relationships in the past, official relationships in the past?
Yeah.
Yeah? What was the longest you had a relationship for?
A year and a half.
A year and a half? It's a pretty long time.
Mm-hmm. It's a pretty long time, yeah.
Why did it end?
He was just a dick. He was awful. Like the worst person. The worst person, honestly.
Yeah.
Like I think he's like a narcissist / sociopath.
Okay.
Yeah, he wasn't a terrible person, so that's why I didn't.
And how long did it take you to figure that out?
Way too long. Way too long.
Yeah?
Yeah. I was just really young.
Okay.
Yeah.
And just, I guess, it got kind of blinded by his, just, I guess, your like for him and your love for him. I don't know if you were in love back then.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah? Oh, okay.
It was my first relationship when I moved to America.
Yeah.
So I was 16.
Yeah.
And then I turned 17. And as soon as I turned 17 is when I met him, and he was 21.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh my God. Like, I was in awe. I was like, oh, he's 21. Like, that's so cool. Like, we're in America together. Like, blah, blah, blah. He was from Connecticut, and he was a sailor in Newport, where I was living.
Oh, Jersey, yeah.
Newport, Rhode Island.
Oh, Rhode Island.
So I was there, and we started seeing each other. And, right off the bat, he gave me so many red flags that I, just wasn't looking for as, a 17-year-old girl.
Yeah.
And I was just with him for way too long. Yeah. I'm glad I had that relationship, because now I know everything in the book. What to look for and red flags. But yeah.
Did the sailor get up add to it as well? To you being attracted to him at first?
Did he what?
The sailor outfit.
Oh no, he was definitely my type. He was tall,
he was Johnny
long
Depp.
hair. Yeah, tall, long hair, a little bit of a pirate. He was a sailor, that whole thing. And I think he was just also used to getting everything he wanted.
Okay.
And first of all, who as a 21-year-old is dating a 17-year-old girl? I don't know. It's not that weird of a time, but it's still he was picking me up in from my high school, you know what I mean? So it's
that's a little different.
Yeah. I was a junior in high school, and he would pick me up in his car, and now looking back, I'm oh, that's so cringy. To me, I was oh yeah, I'm getting picked up. To him, I was oh, I'm gonna go pick up my girlfriend from high school. I don't know, it's just weird. So yeah.
All right. So was there? You just started seeing all the, I guess, the writing on the wall. You picked up all the clues, and you said you're the one that decided to end it.
I did, yeah. So, I was with him for too long. He did all sorts of shitty things to me. He cheated on me constantly. He would just put me down and stuff. And it really was an emotionally and physically abusive relationship.
Okay.
And it took me a really long time to figure out that it was that. And I think that he manipulated me a lot with just how he made me see myself, and he made me feel I wasn't good enough, and I could not do better than him, and blah blah blah. He totally isolated me from everybody in my life.
Yeah.
And so I just stayed with him because I was I don't really have anyone else at this point in time, because I give all of my time and energy to this person who's just toxic. And so when I finally broke free, I was in New Jersey. I had moved with him. I was in New Jersey, and then I was 18 or 19. I was 19. And I realized that I have to go. So when he was out of the house, I just grabbed everything and I left. And I have not seen him since. I did get a message from him on Instagram a couple months ago.
Did you decline or accept
Yeah,
it?
of course. Oh yeah, I declined it so fast. He doesn't even know that I ever saw it, but he sent it, and he was basically I'm really glad to see you thriving. Keep kicking ass. And I was just kind of first of all, you would kick my ass all the time. That's just so shitty for you to even have the guts to reach out to me at all. And it was also really satisfying to kind of just be I hadn't even thought of him in the longest time, and I was so happy, blindly happy. And I was just kind of I'm really happy that I grew out of that whole phase. And yeah, I like won the breakup by far, and like fuck him.
You live and you learn, all right?
Yeah.
So he was actually physically abusive too?
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
How was that for you? How'd you deal with that?
It was, at first it was like little things. So, you know, like he would just be very like aggressive with how he would speak and try to get like an emotion out of me, you know, for me to get like shovey or something, just get me so angry because the way he treated me, I get so angry and I didn't know why. But looking back now, it's just because I didn't feel respected, and I just didn't know how to verbalize that at all. Me as like a 17-year-old girl, like I can't verbalize those feelings.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that it started off with little things, and he was really aggressive, and then he started like shoving me, he'd smack me, then it progressed to like like choking, and then one day he just lost it, and he beat me to a pulp, and I remember calling the cops and then hanging up from like out of fear. And I was like locked inside the kitchen or like in the bathroom, just with a busted lip and a black eye, and like everything just kind of hurt. I just being completely just beaten to a pulp, like, and even then I hadn't realized that it was like bad. I remember just being like, oh my god, I can't believe like he just lost his temper like that. Like that's ridiculous. Like we're gonna have to talk about this. Not get the fuck out of there. Like what are you doing? And I was just blinded by loyalty and manipulation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, when after he would do stuff like that, and what would he do afterwards? Like, would he try to come back and apologize? Would he ever apologize?
Yeah. So let's say we got into an argument. He would like beat me or something. I kind of distanced myself, and then I guess he would kind of wait it out and be like, she'll come back, and like if I didn't, he'd be like, oh, I miss you, like I'm sorry, like I know I lost my temper, like blah blah blah, and he would kind of make excuses for it and stuff, and then I'd always come back because I was just like so blindly in love, which looking back, like there's nothing really special about this person. Like it's just about, obviously, like when you have someone with that kind of character, like there really isn't much to them. I guess it's just like that initial charm, and then as you kind of get to know them, like gradually just you realize that they're a shitty person. So I was finally able to realize that myself.